Hello. Welcome again to another lesson. Not so much a lesson that I'm teaching you, but it's a lesson that I'm sharing with you. It's a lesson in forgiveness. Let that sink in for a second. What do you think of when you hear forgiveness? This is actually something that I've been going back and forth with for quite a while, and it's something that surprisingly is very difficult for so many. And sadly, through my life, I've actually met people that have decided to let things bother them to the point that they'll just rather take it to the grave than ask for forgiveness. What you don't understand is that, now this is my belief based on my experience on things that I've done in my life and things that I've personally witnessed and am now very happy and desperate to share with you. You need to forgive people. I know, you hear it all the time. Some people are like, I'll forgive, but I won't forget. Or I'll forget, but I'll never forgive. But when all is said and done, all this is doing is hurting you, realistically. Because most of the people that you think are still walking around angry at you are people that have actually screwed you over. Let me take that back. They've usually moved on. The husband that's cheated on you, the mother that abandoned you, the father that decided to just move on quickly after your mom passed, and it might have hurt your feelings. They've moved on. And here you are, 6 months, 6 years, 10 years, 15 years, still letting that eat at you like a cancer. And it's something that's very difficult because it really is just an ego thing. Let it the fuck go. It's not that important. Nothing is that important. The fact that I've met brothers that have stopped talking for years, friends that have stopped talking for years, when you really look back and you think about it, you're like, God, how fucking petty. It's all about ego. Well, he hurt my feelings. Well, she cheated on me. Well, that person stole money from me. Let karma take care of them. That's not your job. Your job is not to be karma. Your job is just to live your fucking life and enjoy your life. And my thing has always been, people harp on the whole failure thing. I'm a failure when it comes to this, or I'm a failure in relationships, I'm a failure in family. But it's everything. If you just simply look at it as a lesson and move on, you'll realize how good you feel after you come to that. And you go, okay, what could I have done differently? Because a lot of people will disagree with me, but there's always two sides. Actually, there's always three sides. His side, her side, and the truth. And the bottom line is, it's funny when even have outsiders, friends, and people that are willing to just take your corner because they're your friend. To me, that's not really being a good friend. A good friend will always be neutral. A good friend will always be realistic and hear stories and wonder what could have possibly happened and pretty much try to at least be honest with you. So for example, you're best friends with a girl, her husband cheats on her. Obviously, that is a horrible thing, and I'm not defending that. But it helps when you try to figure out, why did he cheat on her? And I know that sounds it's stupid, but was she abusive? See, that's the thing. You never know the entire story. You never know the entire story. Because a lot of people would just turn and run and go, he was an asshole, he cheated on me, I'm better than him. And it's like, well, what drew him to that? And again, I'm not harping on the fact that that's wrong or right or whatever. It's cheating is cheating. He's dating this person, and you would assume that he would be happy and that he wouldn't have the need to cheat. But you have to ask yourself, what caused that? Wrong or right, what caused that? Only because of the reason I say this is because a lesson comes from that. Maybe she was, working 60 hours a week, never around. Usually, chances are, most situations when a relationship starts, it's all about sex, it's all about love and dovey, and everybody's happy and everything's wonderful. And then life sets in. The new job, kids, more responsibilities, and there's not as much time for all those good times that you had in the beginning. That's why you hear constantly all this stuff on the news and on the internet and everything about like making your relationship better, adding some spice, dress sexy, do things. Remember to take dates. And people just listen to it and go, oh, that's stupid. It's really not. It's really not, because you tend to forget what it was all about. When you first started, how sweet it was, how innocent it was, how much fun it was. And just because you have kids, just because there's a new career, just because things get in the way, you shouldn't really let it change. Now, it's not easy, but that's when both parties in the relationship show if they really do care about each other. Because the first thing that always goes, I don't care what anybody says, is communication. Communication always is pushed to the curb. And then before you know it, a third party friend comes in, either on the guy's side or the woman's side or the partner's side or whatever. And then all of a sudden that, one of the people in the relationship are starting to devote more time and getting more advice from that third party. And you have to ask yourself, what happened? What happened to that original connection, that original bond that relationship originally had? It's just beginning to become ignored. So before you know it, now here you have the other party starting to look elsewhere. He goes to work, she goes to work. Somebody at work is now complimenting them, making them feel good about themselves again, the way their partner used to. And then it happens. We're human. We have needs. We want to be loved. Really, when everything is said and done, it's all about love. And now he's getting it from someone else. She's getting it from someone else. And now they're condemned by society as a cheater. What they're doing is horrible. But the way I see it is, but not for the right reason, not for the reasons that people say it is. For me, it's wrong because before he found that attraction or love or whatever from somebody else, what he needed from that someone else, he really should have stepped up and said, listen, I just don't see that this is happening. Because once you put it out there, and if your partner continues to just say, ignore you and not pay any mind to you, at least now this is where the relationship is going, and the best thing you can do is break up. It's just my opinion. Because time is of the essence. I am a strong believer in reincarnation, but still, why waste this life with someone that really would rather be with someone else? And this is where the whole thing about forgiveness comes in. And sometimes you have to let go and forgive that person. Forgive that person that cheated on you. Forgive that person that abused you, that person that screamed at you, that person that just ignored you, abandoned you. Because if not, you're going to be carrying that dead weight, that dark soul on you. And you don't realize, usually that other person has moved on. They're living a happy life. You're not even a fucking memory. And you still think that they're losing sleep over you. They're not. Usually the other person isn't. They're happy. They're doing new things, traveling, vacationing, doing things that they never got the chance to do with you. And it could have all been fixed because with simple communication. But that's not the point. It's just the fact that now it's time to move on. So really think about this for a second. Really think about it. Think of all the people that have fucked you over. Think of all the people that have cheated on you, treated you like shit, abandoned you, ignored you, unfriended you, screamed at you, embarrassed you, made you feel like shit. And thank them. Yes, I said it. Thank them. Thank them wholeheartedly for teaching you that lesson. And it probably was a shitty lesson. It was a horrible lesson. It was a heartbreaking lesson. But it was still a lesson. And you may not see it, but it makes you a better person. Because now It's a lesson that you carry on with you. It's a scar in your heart. I get it. But now when you move on and you're with that next person, you won't take that person for granted, or you won't let that person get to that point again. Because once you see it coming, the red flags appear, and you now are a champion of communication, hopefully, and you can stop them and go, listen, do me a favor, stop doing that. Because now you start seeing what happened and how it's beginning again. How as we say in Spanish, confianza, which is confidence. You give somebody too much confidence in the beginning, and they step over that line, and before you know it, they're taking advantage of it. And they're starting to disrespect you. They're starting to make little jokes and side jokes and shit that's just rude. But you like that person. He's cute. She's hot. And the last thing you want to do is piss them off or make them go away. But you have to realize you are prime quality, and you deserve the best. You really do. And you shouldn't let it get to that point ever. And the fact that it might have happened now, it hopefully won't happen again. It shouldn't happen again. It will not happen again. There is no reason for it to happen again. Because when you're young, if you put your hand on the stovetop and you burned yourself, I don't know. I highly doubt you'd go and do it again. And again. And again. And again. I know it's similar but yet different, because I think a lot of issues are people will go at it again because of lack of confidence. You don't believe in yourself. So here comes this stranger out of nowhere, and he sweeps you off your feet, and he makes you feel wonderful. And because of that, before you know it, you're allowing him or her to step over that line. But I love him. He means well. I hear this shit all the time. He's a great guy. I know this is tough to say, but I will always say this to people. Hitler. Yes, Adolf Hitler. I can guarantee you, at some point in his life, he was a great guy. Most of the serial killers, the psychotic people, the sociopaths, at some point in their lives, they were great people. And then shit happened. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. Shit happens. People change. People lose their fucking minds. Plus, you may consider yourself banged up and damaged to a degree. For all you know, that person is banged up and damaged too. Because when in the beginning stages of dating, everybody's fucking wonderful. Everybody always has on the best cologne, the best clothes, the best attitude. You eat the best food. Everybody's going to the gym. And then shit happens. People start to settle in. The gut comes out. Oh, I smoke. Oh, I do drugs from time to time. Oh, yeah, no. Thursdays is my guy friend time. So, we're not going to be together on those days because that's my time away from you. I need a vacation from you. This is shit that really is ridiculous. It's like you date someone because you want companionship. You want to share this life with someone. And you can't get away from it. So I think it's funny that people always tell me like, oh, I need time away from this person. And it's like, everybody's different. Every relationship is different. Me personally, I have an issue with that. But that, again, that's my opinion. If it works for you, God bless you. Then, do it. I just feel that it's just odd when people feel the need to, they have to take time away from each other. My thing is, always analyze your relationship. Always come back to it. There's nothing wrong with that. You should always take time to basically spend time just you two alone. Because there's a lot of relationships, I've been in some, that it's like it's a third party relationship. It's you, that person, and a third party. And then you come to find out it's just because you really don't enjoy the company of the person you're with as much as you think you do. Which is understandable. But then my thing is, how do you know there's not somebody out there for him or her that will want to spend every waking moment with them. And the same thing goes for you. But with that type of attitude, it's the whole let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be. Because there's a lot of relationships that we've all been in that we, after the fact, we question. We're like, why was I in that relationship? I don't regret anything, and I'm never going to say that anybody that I said I loved, I don't, because I did, and I still do. That doesn't go away, and I hate when people do that. I never liked or loved that person. Because what? Because they shit on you? Again, it was just a lesson. Keep telling yourself that. It was just a lesson. All the shit you've been through in your life, they've all been lessons. That's it. You've been knocked down, you've been pushed down, you've been kicked. You get the fuck up. As long as you could wake up tomorrow, you could start fresh. And honestly, you owe it to yourself. You deserve it. I don't know who you are, but you owe it to yourself. So why cheat yourself that chance? Start now. Start right now. Think of all the people that have fucked you over, that have hurt your feelings, that have cheated on you, that have embarrassed you, and send them positive energy in your mind. I know, I can't do that. Yeah, you could fucking do it. Grow the fuck up and do it. Send them positive energy. Thank them for coming into your life. Thank them for the lesson they gave you. Wish them well. That's a toughie, huh? Because you wish them death. All you're doing is bringing that negativity on yourself. It's stupid. It's stupid. Why? Ego? Is this a you thing, or you want to show off to your friends that, you're tough and that guy was a piece of shit, and you make sure you tell every time with your friends, you tell them, oh, that guy was a piece of shit. No, that guy was someone very special to you at one time. That person was very, very special to you. You loved that person. You had sex with that person. Or if not, relationship, friendship. That friend was a great friend to you. And you guys had a blast for years, for months, for days, whatever it is. But why sell yourself short and sit here now with a pit of anger, of hatred, frustration, resentment? What the fuck is that? Let it go. Like literally stand there and take your hands and brush your hands. Brush your arms from your shoulder to your arms, to your tips. Brush it away. If you want, go to Skull and Moon. There's so many different things you can use. There's soaps, there's bath salts, there's special bath waters. You could get like Florida water and just brush it away. Brush the negative away. Get sage. Sage yourself. Just brush it away. Visualize it as just this black mold that's stuck to you. Get rid of it. You don't deserve it. Because you're still carrying that anger, that frustration, that resentment. How stupid is that? Brush it away. Brush it away so you can start living your life wholeheartedly. To the maximum that you're supposed to. The maximum that the universe gave to you, wants you to experience every fucking day, every hour, every minute, constantly. Happiness. So forgive those who hurt you. Thank them. Thank them. Thank them for the lesson. Send them positive energy. And cut the cord. Literally. See a cord, because that's all you're doing, is you're creating cords. You have these cords, and the more you complain about them and bitch about them and fuck this, and he's an asshole, and she did this, and he did that, and she did... All you have is these thick cords. Picture like those cords on a boat that hold a cruise ship. And the more you bitch and complain, the thicker those cords are. Now understand, in their mind, they don't have any cords to you. Every time you bitch and complain, you're creating cords. And then you wonder, why is he in my head? Why does she's haunting me? I dreamt about her. I hate her. I saw her the other day. I wish she would fucking die. That's your cord. You want it to go away? Because now here's the other thing. A lot of people say they do, and they don't. Because realistically, it's logical. Somebody treats you like shit, a stovetop burns you, you don't touch it again. some of us will continue to harp on it. So it just makes me wonder if there's just a connection that you still wished for that. And if you do, then honestly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, seek therapy. It's a great thing. Because you hear yourself talk. And you really break things down differently. That you're not allowing yourself to do now. So, from the bottom of my heart, and that is why I'm sharing this lesson with you. Because it took me a while to learn some of it too. Forgive those who fucked you. Let it go. And do that so now you can dedicate 100% of yourself to your new friends, your new romantic partner, your new bosses, your new neighbors. Let it go. Especially family members, let it go. Trust me. Visualize the cord in your head. Visualize it. See it coming from your chest, from your heart, out into infinity. Cut it. Just fucking cut it. And say it. I cut this cord to whomever. You will no longer live in my mind. It is over from now on. Because I am deserving of a better life, a happier life. I am deserving of joy. I am deserving of a painless, bullshit-filled life that I am creating. And I must apologize that you went through whatever you might have gone through. We all do. All of us have. You're not special. Trust me. But that's why I'm sharing this with you, because I have recently learned to really let the fuck go. The littlest things, just stupid little things. And I realized, like, if it wasn't for those people doing the things they did, I wouldn't be where I am today. And for that, I thank them with all my heart. I really do. I thank them. And it's over. I move on. Hopefully you will do that too. Forgive them. Thank them. Cut the cords. I am the Buddha Switch with SkullandMoon.com.